We're back.
We're back, baby.
Big. Wait for the drop.
Oh, this is hard.
That's actually worth it. That was a good intro.
That beat went hard.
That was I didn't know what I was expecting. I've never heard that song.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome back.
Welcome.
Third week. Ready for the first article?
Always.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure I share chat sound this time in case we play a video. All right. So I guess we'll start with my article first.
Ooh.
So I'm sure you guys have watched the fight, or did you watch highlights of it?
Highlights.
Watch the fight.
White and Fury. Okay, so after Fury's, KO and uppercut, just for a bit of context if you didn't watch the fight, Fury won by KO or TKO, technical knockout, and he uppercutted White and then pushed him, which he fell on the ground, and then the ref had to declare the fight because he looked dazed, like he looked like he couldn't carry on. And then now White's saying that I should have had time to recover after illegal Tyson Fury push at Wembley. So in the article, he was saying that basically that he was a bit like concussed. He wasn't in the right space. He just needed some time to regather his mental state, and the ref shouldn't have called it then. But yeah, it got called a KO, and he's basically calling the push illegal after the uppercut, which probably KO'd him. So I just wanted to see what your guys' views are, if you have any other views about the fight.
Yeah, I think Tyson was dominating the fight from the start, and
Yeah.
I don't like that Dillian White's coming out and saying that it was a push. That he got uppercut. He got uppercutted straight to the jaw. That's what knocked him out, not the push. The push just helped him on his way.
Yeah.
That's what I think personally. I think if the fight continued, Dillian White would have gone down either way. Fury perhaps shouldn't have pushed him. Maybe he should have just punched him, and that would have sent him down. He probably knocked him clean out.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't like it. Like, it reminds me of Deontay Wilder coming out and saying that he lost because Tyson was cheating, putting stuff in his gloves. It just leaves a bit of a sour taste in my mouth about the fight because Fury was the dominant fighter throughout the whole fight, and if Dillian can't take the loss, then I feel like he shouldn't just come out and say stuff that makes no sense.
Yeah, I agree. It did look like that uppercut was the one that took him out. I do kind of get what he's saying, that he shouldn't have been pushed. He might have been able to recover, like he was saying. And then who knows? We obviously can say, like, quite easily from watching the fight that Tyson would have won it, but he's got ifs and buts that if he did manage to keep that up, anything could have happened. But I get what he's saying, but boxing's becoming a bit of a soft sport for things like that. And I think there was another one where Wilder, before the glove incident, where he blamed his suit that he wore because he wore like a super heavy suit for his walking. It might have been the same fight actually.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think
When did he wear that stupid suit? Yeah, I think it was the same fight.
Fury came out as a Roman.
Yeah.
I think I remember that. But even Fury's walk-in this time, it was so good with all the fireworks in Wembley and everything because it's his last fight. But let's be real, like
They do that all the time now for like the big fights, fireworks. AJ always has fireworks at his fights.
gosh, AJ Usyk, that's a different story.
But what did you think of the fight?
I thought it was really good. The first few rounds I think they were quite tight, but Fury was actually getting pushed against the rope, so White actually had the center of the ring, which was it was very good to see in the early rounds. But then Fury, as he is, he's always like mentally studying his opponent, trying to bait him and stuff. And then he just does that one round that happens, and then he just switches, and then he had complete control of the center from like round 4 or 5 on.
I think even when Dillian had controlled the center of the ring, Fury was still in control of the fight from the outside.
Yeah.
Like,
his mental state's just so strong. So even if he's like down at a disadvantage, he still always knows how to bring it back. Bit like Mayweather vibes.
And then with that fight as well, the reach, the height advantage, everything, just looked like it was all in Tyson's favour anyway, Fury's favour.
Personally, I can't see anyone beating Fury. I think Usyk's too small. He's coming up from cruiserweight to heavyweight. He beat Joshua, fair enough. He outboxed him. But to go against Fury, who's like a mammoth, I just can't see him beating Fury. And Joshua, don't know, on his day, he could land a punch, but Fury's been hit with the heaviest hitter in boxing, Deontay Wilder, and got back up.
I think Joshua's secretly happy that Fury's retired now.
Yeah, but it feels unfinished.
Yeah.
He needs to, I feel like he needs to get all the belts and then retire.
Yeah.
Feels like his story's unfinished.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the thing is with Usyk and AJ, like, obviously AJ was a favourite, but then Usyk just came out and... who did you guys think was going to win that fight?
You would expect Joshua to win it.
Yeah.
Because he's the heavyweight. Usyk's a cruiserweight, and then
he's the underdog now.
He came up into the heavyweight.
Yeah.
Just to fight Joshua. And then he took his belts off him. Well, yeah. So you'd expect AJ to win that fight, but Usyk just came and outboxed him. And most people know that AJ isn't the best boxer, like technically. But he was trying to box Usyk, and not... What I've noticed with AJ is he tries to... Everyone says he can't box, so he tries to prove that he can box, and it doesn't go in his favour. So what he should do is go back to how he used to be, where he was just brutal, and go for them heavy hits, which is what he's good at.
Yeah, exactly.
Focus on that. But I feel like Usyk was outboxing him, and then he was trying to outbox Usyk, and then Usyk just obviously won the fight because he's got more technical ability than Joshua.
Yeah, so I just wanted to provide a bit of context for the push, just in case people didn't watch the fight and wanted to know what the hell we're talking about the push. So
one punch power just finished it.
Wait for a replay.
100th of a second to my avowal.
So yeah, like
from the word eraser, right there, right
the no
there
step.
on the
Yeah,
pipe,
just look
as
it
you
up.
see Dillian White moving in, trying to get the inside, short.
Then the push happened.
Right uppercut, right on the
Another
chin,
replay.
and timber.
They put a good angle. Yeah, no, not this one.
Strike, right uppercut. It is so fast.
Something went flying off. Did you see that too? Don't know if it was like.
So fast. It's an instant
Look at
knockout.
straight after that uppercut.
Right uppercut. From a
When he slowed it down, straight after that uppercut, he looked like he was going down anyway.
That's what I think. And then
what I think was going to happen was White was going to, after he got hit with the uppercut, he was going to lean on Fury.
Yeah.
To try and get his... But then I think it's common in boxing, if someone's going to come and lean on you, you're allowed to push him off a little bit. So I'm guessing Fury just thought instinctively, push him, and then he just fell because he was dazed anyway.
Yeah, stunned out from that.
So if he had full consciousness at the time and Fury pushed him, he wouldn't have dropped like that. He would have just stepped back a bit, or he probably would have carried on going forward maybe.
Yeah, and then
He's a big
another
guy,
thing.
and Fury's push didn't look like he put all his strength into it. It was just like a little tap off.
Little nudge, yeah.
But
yeah, I saw some comments on Reddit, and they were saying about how White was. So he knows the rules and he tries to bend it as much as he can. And earlier on, when they were clinching, I don't know if it was White that headbutted Fury, but they had a little bit of a moment where Fury was getting mad at the ref, mad at White. I don't actually know what happened, but earlier on, that might be a reason why he actually pushed him there.
Back of the head.
Something like that, trying to be cheeky.
They clashed heads as well, didn't they? But then White got a cut on his eye. from that clash of heads.
Oh,
That was why
it?
it's fault that clash of heads happened.
Oh, right.
Karma.
Literally.
Yeah, it was a good fight. I do like a big boxing fight.
Yeah, I mean, Fury's the total build, isn't he? He's got the reach, he's got the skinny legs for movement, and then he's just got like a big bit of fat in the middle. He's like he's got a very weird body, but it makes him the greatest of all time, I guess.
A very unique body type, yeah.
Yes, very unorthodox.
All right, should we go for the next one?
Next article, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Right, so here we go. Is it
All
BMW?
right, yeah. So I thought I'd bring back
The
EV stuff, and the main reason I brought this back was because I wanted to show you the interior. I'm not sure if you've already seen it.
I've not actually seen this, but the exterior be looking nice, man.
Scroll down, Jane. A bit more. It's mainly the back. Is fucking insane. Keep going.
Oh yeah.
No, the back interior. Keep going down.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's the front, which is like standard, what you'd expect in a EV.
It's nice though. Fucking hell.
But look at the back.
In the back.
Yeah, you just keep going along, Jane.
You can see at the bottom here. This is insane though.
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it?
The wheel looks pretty nice. That screen is huge. I think they're going like after Tesla with that sort of design. Are they like are they diamonds on the trim here?
It was like a COD weapon camo.
Yeah, digital or whatever.
Is that some like crystal stuff?
Glass in it.
Oh, what the?
Yeah, that's the buttons. Oh, that's to open the door. They're crystals as well, or like some glass handles.
Yeah, look, it doesn't look like an actual. Is it? It's like a button or a handle. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a button, I think.
I don't know what I think.
Oh, the back here we go.
All right, yeah, just keep going along a little bit more.
Oh,
Look at that screen.
Oh, yeah,
the TV.
it's like a living room, man.
Go on the next picture, Jane.
Yeah.
Oh
my god, it's like a cinema in the back.
Yeah, it looks like a cinema, doesn't it, with the ambient lights?
Got tablets here.
Yeah, so they're to control the screen, those tablets.
Ah. Shit, man. This
That's
is
insane, isn't it?
I'm kind of mind blown. Oh, climate control. I think that's the seat options. Oh my
It's a
god.
cinema. It's like the cinema feel like. I don't know. I just
Go back, Jack, to them interior of the rear. When they had their seat reclined, you have to like KO the passenger to be able to. But I guess you get
yeah, it's when you're being chauffeur driven in it.
yeah, you get chauffeured.
Yeah, so this seat will have been.
That's like standard though in like S classes and 7 Series.
Yeah. I have seen it. It's just quite funny.
Yeah, they're definitely a chauffeur car, I guess. Because anyone in the front that gets squashed that much, yeah, you're not living through that, I don't think.
I like the exterior of this car. The i7.
Nice, isn't it? To be honest, I don't really mind the grille. I know we were talking about grills last week, and I'm not a big fan of the big grills, but that kind of works, you know.
You put some LED lights around it.
Yeah.
It's just a chrome. I don't know, them first photos that you shown, they didn't have any chrome on, right?
The first ones of this collection.
Yeah, the exterior towards it.
We'll go back to it after we finish it off, and then we'll go have a chat.
So with this car, they're
That's a chassis.
releasing the 7 Series, and then they're releasing the i7.
Yeah.
But it's the same car, but one's electric and one's obviously petrol or diesel.
Still got the crystal.
Doing that to older models, right?
Hmm.
Gradually. Just transition over.
Yeah, I presume that's what will end up happening.
Okay.
And then they've got like the i8, but then they've got the 8 Series.
Which are different.
And then they've got the i3 and the 3 Series.
Go to the top of that page, chat.
Go back to it, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Just
Sorry.
have a look at the car at the top.
The black one. This
Yeah,
one.
this one had no chrome.
Have you played the
Yeah.
video?
It's completely up to you guys.
Yeah, go on.
31-inch.
I'm Tom Malogany for Inside EVs, and I'm here.
It's like a 5-minute video. There's no point even playing the video.
Yeah, they could. You can just watch it in your own time, I guess.
I thought it was just going to be like a video around the car.
Yeah, some nice shots.
The walk around, yeah.
Some shots.
I like it. I like where the EV is going.
Imagine one day where you got a driverless car, you sat there in the back, it's like a cinema, get your popcorn out, jetting in his nachos, loves his nachos at the cinema.
Odin nachos, you can never beat him.
The rollover hot dog.
Oh, the hot dogs are nasty at UK cinemas.
I love the hot dogs at the cinemas. At View Cinemas.
Oh, really? Controversial now.
No,
View cinemas, okay. Fair enough.
View Cinemas, yeah.
Well, which cinemas are you on about? Odeon?
Odeon and Cineworld.
I don't think I've ever been to Cineworld.
Maybe not.
I've not been to an audience since View up the game.
Yeah. When we went to watch Batman on release day, it was only Odeon that was viewing. We couldn't actually go to View or Cineworld, unfortunately. But what do you think, Aaron? The seats weren't too bad.
No, I thought they were a bit uncomfortable, especially for
really?
that cinema. That cinema was like,
It was pricey. It was
Yeah.
pricey.
How much?
what was it, 30 quid a ticket?
30 quid a
What
ticket
cinema
for
was it
release
again,
night.
Brian? Odeon in Waterloo. What was
BFI
like a-
IMAX. BFI
that's
IMAX,
it.
that's what it was. The Waterloo
BFI, yeah.
Charlie Chaplin cinema, if you've ever
So
been
that-
there before.
Odeon's flagship cinema, and I was like, the seats were so uncomfortable.
Were they not recliners?
No.
No, no, they
View
weren't.
was more comfortable than that.
Yeah, View in Preston's more comfortable than that. I've not been to View down here with
I paid
recliners.
30 quid. For my tickets, I paid two. I got 2 tickets for £7.
When did you watch it? Next day?
No, like a week after.
Oh my, we got scammed.
I want to watch Batman again because I don't know what I think of it.
It's on Amazon Prime now, but you have to buy it. You can.
Oh dear.
I'm sure you can get it another way,
I
but
think I'll watch it again, and I need to. Don't know what to think of it.
I liked it.
I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would when at the cinema.
really, okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Have you played the Arkham games, Aaron? Arkham Knight,
Uh,
Arkham City.
Only the one that they released on PS Vita.
I've not
it's very
played a Batman
cool.
on PS Vita, unfortunately. Cam, do you know which Batman's on PS Vita? Should we see?
No, I don't have a clue. Didn't own it.
I really liked it, but I think that's because I'm a big fan of the Arkham games, because I feel like with this Batman, with the younger Bruce, he was a lot more like detective focused. But in the older ones, obviously he's more mature, so he knows better decisions to make. But it was a lot more dark and gritty in this one, and that's what I liked about this Batman.
Yeah.
I was.
it was a lot darker than the other Batman movies.
Yeah. Then Christian Bale's. I was in two minds about Robert Pattinson being.
Yeah.
By the end of it, I was just thinking, there's no one else that could have possibly done that role apart from him.
Who'd you like better?
Ooh, here we go.
The cliche thing says, "Oh, there's two different films." But I think Robert Pattinson.
You've got to go one.
I think Robert Pattinson.
Seriously?
I prefer the Dark Knight series for the villains, and I actually preferred this one for the Batman.
I think I have
though
to agree with Cam.
The
Yeah.
villain was quite good, but not as good as the Dark Knight villains. But it was more of a.
R.I.P. Heath Ledger.
Penguin's getting his own spin-off TV series.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, Colin Farrell.
Is that going to be a Netflix thing?
I'm not sure. Maybe Netflix, Amazon.
I'm liking Amazon at the moment. Amazon Prime.
What's it got on it?
Sneaky Pete.
Sneaky Pete. Is Matt Reeves going to be directing the spin-off for
I'm
the
not sure.
sequel?
I read about it the other day because I was just because it didn't really say what happens with Penguin at the end of the movie, does it?
No, I thought he would have had a bit. I don't know. The Penguin just felt a bit weird in that series.
Yeah, it just felt like he's just there, like they've introduced him, but nothing's really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could have just been anyone playing that role.
Yeah.
It couldn't.
But I think they might have introduced, because I googled it after, just to see what happened to Penguin, like just in case I missed it.
case he died.
And then, yeah, it said that he's getting a spin-off series.
What
So
did
they
you?
must have just introduced him for the spin-off series, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
He's also in. Have you watched Gotham on Netflix?
No,
Not all
that's
the
it.
seasons, but
It's
I
about
watched
young
most of them.
Bruce Wayne. Yeah, that's got
About a young Bruce Wayne in it.
penguins in there. I think I've watched season 1. Penguins in that.
Are all the villains not in it?
I think more and more get added in as you go.
Most.
Obviously, you get a young Catwoman in there as well, and then obviously a youngish Penguin. What did you guys think about the deleted scene?
Oh, yeah. I think it was supposed to be Joker.
Yeah, it was Joker.
Yeah, it's
Was
got to
Joker,
be. But people are saying Two-Face was in another cell. I don't know how they got that, but they think it's Harvey Dent. Because if you remember, after Harvey Dent gets his, I don't know, do I spoil? You probably watched the movie by now, but when Harvey Dent gets his face burnt on any of the comics or any TV series that you watch, he becomes a bit crazy, and people are saying that laugh could either be Joker or it could be Harvey Dent after he turns into Two-Face.
But I think because of the laugh, like Joker's laugh's iconic, isn't it?
Iconic, yeah.
So like, so not show him, but have the laugh.
But on the deleted scene, that's the Joker, right? The deleted scene.
Just gonna.
Wait,
get
what's
it
the
up.
deleted scene?
Deleted scene where Batman sits down with the Joker.
Oh no, I've not watched this. I've just found it now. Let me.
Sent it on our.
No, you sent it to the chat, didn't you? I can't remember it though.
Oh,
I was thinking of the laugh at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was the deleted scene or not.
Jack, you can get the photo up of the Joker from the deleted scene just on Google Images. You don't have to
I've
pay.
se- okay, I was gonna play a video.
And you guys need to watch that deleted scene. It was.
You sent it. I remember I watched it, but I can't remember.
I think we talked about it as well.
I can't remember what was in the deleted scene.
Basically, just the Joker. I was
Oh shit! What the fuck? That's
Who
quite
plays the
scary.
Joker then?
Forgot his name.
Which one do you reckon? He looks quite creepy. This guy, yeah,
What's his name? Yeah, Barry Keoghan. That's it.
Barry Keoghan. He looks kind of creepy to me. It looks like he's taking the Bane venom, kind of. Or they're just trying to make like a dark Joker with the dark Batman.
Don't know, but he looks fucked up.
Which one should you pick? Would you say is most representative? A close up or?
That one there, right along on the right,
Yeah,
This one?
on the second row.
second row, last one.
God, yeah. He honestly looks like he's taking Bane venom because that's what he looks like in the Arkham games after you take the Bane venom. Looks very messed up though.
I'm glad he took the scene out though. To be honest, Matt Reeves
Why? What was up with it?
just felt like he didn't. I don't know where I was reading it, but someone was saying that he took it out because he didn't want to use Joker. Like he didn't have to fall back on Joker to make it a really good movie. He could have done a really good movie without the Joker in it, which he did, which I personally think he did. So I was kind of happy in that sense that he took the Joker out. But the Joker does look like a good Joker.
Thinking about the movie, like if I take it away from the Dark Knight trilogy, it was a good movie, but in my head, like the Dark Knight is just so sick.
You do have to disconnect the two though, because it's two
And-
different directors, two different Batmans,
Mhm.
Yeah,
completely different.
and Christian Bale, the way he portrays Batman, is who, as a kid, I would have expected Batman to be.
Yeah, not
Not Robert Pattinson, like you expect a superhero to be like tanked and ripped. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like just look like a
I guess it's like one of them.
like a Greek god. Do you know what I mean?
It's like one of the memes, like what I thought it was, and then reality.
Yeah,
Because that's what would probably happen to a Batman.
yeah. That's what. Yeah, if Batman was real and he was like some rich guy, it'd probably be Robert Pattinson. Like, look
Yeah.
like Robert Pattinson. But just when you think of like a superhero, you think of like someone who looks like a Greek god, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
He just ripped. Like,
Has that
absolutely
presence
ripped.
about him. Whereas I don't think Robert Pattinson has that presence.
yeah. You sort of just felt sorry for him instead of like egging him on and proud of him
Yeah.
to be with others.
He had a lot of hardship. Do you remember the scene where he's in the church where the like son's parent, like the little kid's parents have died, and then Riddler sends that car in, and instantly he goes for the kid. Because if that scene, I feel like he remembered himself in that little boy, and that's why I went for him.
Yeah, I think you see a lot more of an emotional side of Batman in this movie.
Yeah. A lot more distress in him as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a different kind of Batman, and it is like the cliche is like, don't compare the two movies because you can't.
Yeah.
They are different in their own right.
Alternatively, look,
Hey,
it's good to watch it at home as well, like not just in the cinemas.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like watching a film at the cinemas and then watching a film at home, I get a different perception on the film.
I feel like I always watch films better at home
Mm.
than at the cinema. Like, I don't know, I feel like I follow them better and just, you're more comfortable, aren't you? You're in your own environment.
Yeah.
You can just zone out and watch the movie. Whereas in the cinema, like, especially when the cinema we went to, Johnny, it was just ram-packed.
it was rampacked.
It was
I
on
mean, like,
release day though, wasn't it?
And I needed the toilet all the way through because we had a few pints before us.
Oh.
typical us.
It's a long film as well.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to get up as well because it was like on release day, everyone's paid £30 a ticket. I didn't want to be that guy who stands up and goes to the toilet in the middle of the cinema.
No, but you don't want to miss the movie either yourself. Like,
Yeah.
very good for it. But yeah, I see where you're coming from.
So maybe that's probably why I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought.
Because- Oh, that was a rough day. That was when tube strikes were on cam as well, so we had to find another way there, so we couldn't get
really?
the tube.
Yeah. We had to walk from Liverpool Street to Waterloo. Well, Jack caught the bus because he was late.
Oh,
Yeah.
At least you made the movie.
Yeah, no, it was a good night. It was a good movie. After the movie, we actually walked back through London towards. Did we go Liverpool Street again? We went back to Liverpool.
Yeah, back to Liverpool
Yeah.
Street.
So it was a good night and all. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it more than the Bell movies because I just really like the Arkham, the dark, the gritty, the detective focused movies. But then I can see why people would like the Bell movies because of the villains, or maybe they just like Christian Bale as Batman. But each their own opinion, I guess.
After the film, I do this with some films. I was watching a YouTube video about how he used the colours in the film. So if you watch the film again, watch it, but have in your head how they've used colours to like bring the film. I wouldn't even say bring it to life, but to just it just adds so much emotion to the film the way they use the colours. But pull up Matt Reeves' discography of like films that he directed.
Filmography.
Yeah, is the ones that he's directed. He's done some different like variety.
Oh my god. Yeah, he has. Oh my god. I'll actually get it up.
He's on the Planet of the Apes.
Oh yeah. And you can see, do you know when he took over Planet of the Apes? Because he did the last two. How much like they went really dark as soon as he started directing them.
Yeah,
The first one is a light, like it's
Yeah.
not a dark movie at all.
his films are dark. Like his discography of Let Me In.
Yeah, he has done a variety, hasn't he? Looking back at it now.
Cloverfield.
That was like a thriller. Cloverfield Paradox. That was a thriller.
And then compare these to Christopher Nolan's films.
Yeah. Are you just trying to see what their inspiration was for making the Batmans that they made?
Yeah, like how it led up to. I know Christopher Nolan's got like a much larger.
Oh, Interstellar. Okay. Inception. Oh, these are quite nostalgic movies.
I've not seen Inception.
Oh,
Really?
shit, man! I've watched that film a fair few times.
Oh, Dunkirk.
Batman Begins. Yeah.
Oh, that was a. Oh yeah, it is. I thought so.
Bollywood movie.
Yeah, Bollywood movie.
It's a Bollywood movie.
No, I think I think he made an American equivalent of it. I don't think he based on a screenplay by. Does that mean that he?
And that means the Bollywood movie was based on a screenplay that he wrote.
Well, this is when
Oh.
you're writer, innit? You need to click the drop down for director. But I guess they sort of like come hand in hand with a lot of them.
Yeah, writer. Well, what's the difference? So the writer obviously writes the story, and then the director is he in charge of
Directing.
the whole movie, like how the lights
Right,
are.
looks and feels.
Yeah, how the actors like see themselves.
Okay, so this is the ones that he's directed rather than written.
Mm.
Or
I've
is
not
that
watched
total control?
Dunkirk, but it won quite a lot of awards at Dunkirk, didn't it?
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield really good in that. Interstellar, obviously, have you watched that? The one iconic scene about the black hole, which
Aaron's not
Is that-
watched it.
Stop ruining it for me.
There's a
Sorry,
few
I'm sorry.
films Aaron's not seen, which I'm very annoyed about. That he's not seen.
You know what I watched the other day?
Pulp Fiction.
Man on Fire.
Oh, what, for the first time?
I thought I've seen it before, but when I was watching, I was like, I've not seen this before.
Oh, right.
It's a sick movie.
Yeah, it's wicked. That's about the
It's
chap.
like it's got two halves to it. Like
Mm.
the first half is when he's acting like father figure for the daughter, and then the second bit is just like brutal. It's like at the hour mark, it just changes.
Yeah,
for another
yeah,
hour, and it's like a completely different movie.
Yeah.
So
No,
sick. Man.
that's a top film. What did you think about, what's that film? Stephen Graham film?
Oh yeah,
All One Cut.
Boiling Point.
Boiling Point. Have you seen
Yeah, I
Boiling
thought
Point?
that was sick.
Yeah, have you seen it?
I have not, unfortunately. Is it a new movie?
2021, I think.
Okay, so relatively.
Yeah, I
What's
think
it?
last year,
Oh,
end of last year, I think it came out in the cinema.
Yeah.
I think I've heard of it, but I don't think I've watched it.
It's mad that the film come out in the cinema, but you were saying that happens, right?
Yeah, but I think they only come out in like small cinemas for a little bit of time.
Mm.
Not like a blockbuster movie, because it came straight onto Netflix as well. Like as soon as it came out,
Right
like,
after.
a month after or something.
Yeah, it's filmed in one recording, so they don't cut any scenes. It's just one scene, the whole
No
film.
cuts.
Zero cut.
It's mad how they
Oh.
did that.
Innit?
There's a Chris Hemsworth movie like that. It's like a army movie. I'm not too sure what it's called, but yeah, they do that. They do that quite a lot, don't they? Well,
Was
they're quite
Dunkirk?
rare.
Was that one cut? Dunkirk?
I'm not too sure. It's been a while. But no, like it's crazy how they do it. They must have such good coordination, or like they must have prepared really well. And then the actors must know the jobs really well too.
I guess it's like a bit like a play. You know, the way they'll have to rehearse it so many times
Yeah.
and then just do the one cut.
And then I guess they've got to do, what's it called when they just sort of, if they cock something up, they just fix it themselves. The
Yeah,
actors
improvise.
improvise.
Improvisation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they just got to do that a lot, and then
I guess it's a bit. I'm not saying it's easy to do, but I guess it's like a good role to do it with in a kitchen because you can all just get into your character.
Yeah.
Just act like you're a chef or act like you're a waitress,
yeah.
and then just go with the flow.
And I guess Stephen Graham's a natural, he's a natural actor, I feel like, so he's a good guy to have in that role.
Yeah.
Good at improvising.
Right.
Yeah, recommend it, Jack, and give it a watch.
I will do. It's onto the list.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. There's another film on Netflix I watched the other day called Heat with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro.
Yeah. You spoke about this
Mm.
last week.
Oh, did
I
I?
think we did, yeah.
I'll leave that there. Sorry. I'm telling it wrong.
That's all right. But movie tangent's always good.
Whack that on the list. Heat.
Yeah, we'll do. Right then, should we get on with the next article?
Yeah, come on, Jatsky.
I believe this is one of yours, Cam.
Yeah, this is mine. So basically, Netflix are losing at a very fast rate a lot of subscribers. I think they put their prices up like twice in the last 18 months or something. But I was just thinking, after reading through it, I think you mentioned it a bit as well, with the fact that definitely in the UK, like the living costs are going up so high with utility costs going skyrocketing. Obviously the fuel price skyrocketing.
Yeah.
You would just, if you're going to cut back on some stuff, you cut back on your entertainment, right? Because a lot of these people probably still have, in the UK anyway, probably still have Sky packages, and like a lot of households still have them, and they had all these others on. But then the other thing is you've got Amazon Prime, you've got Apple TV Plus, you've got Disney Plus, you've got every single media company.
I think like Disney Plus coming out's been a big sort of competitor for Netflix.
Yeah, definitely with houses with children, because they've got such a wide range of child-friendly films on there.
Yeah.
And then they've also got stuff for adults as well.
And as well, like during the lockdown, all people were doing was pretty much sat at home watching TV. So a lot more they probably got a lot more subscribers during the lockdown. Now things are opening back up again. People don't have the time to just sit down and watch Netflix all the time anymore.
Yeah.
So people are thinking, I only watch it a couple of times a month, so there's no point me paying £10 a month for it anymore.
Yeah, and I suppose like it would have been one of them subscriptions if had they kept the price the same, where you just keep it just so you have it. But the fact that they put the price up and then put it up again sort of reminds you that, oh, actually, I don't use this as much as.
Yeah.
So every time they lose subscribers, they're going to put the price up, and then they're probably going to lose a boat more, because people are going to, well, actually, I don't use it as much as I'm going to be paying for it in that sense. So they should have some sort of loyalty feature or something where you don't put the prices up for people who have been subscribed to you for X amount of years.
Well, they're thinking about doing a subscription with ads, aren't they?
Yeah, Amazon have that where you can watch some stuff on there and it has ads on it.
Oh, so it's free for anybody to access?
I'm not sure, because I've got Amazon Prime, and I know Amazon's a bit weird anyway, because you find something that you want to watch and then you have to buy it.
And you have to pay £5 for it.
Yeah, when I was on my paid account, it was saying watch these. Like, it had a collection of stuff saying watch these, but they come with ads.
All right.
I think it's just Amazon being Amazon now.
Would you?
I don't really get that.
Would you rather pay for Netflix with ads, or would you pay more not to have ads?
I don't pay for YouTube to get rid of their ads, and I use YouTube probably more than I use Netflix.
But I think with Netflix it's different, because say you're watching a movie or you're watching a TV series, you get immersed in it. Do you want that broken with an ad coming through? Yeah,
I'd probably pay more. But I mean, based on the fact that I actually use Netflix, I'll probably pay more.
I don't watch much on Netflix, but when I do watch it, I just don't want to be pestered with ads. I'd rather have that time to be like, I don't want to be marketed to. I just want to watch a show and just relax. And I get a bit annoyed with ads anyway. So, like, I would pay for YouTube Premium.
I mean, I don't think there's any point, because there is a way to get around ads. I'm not going to say it, but I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and that's why I don't pay for it. But if that thing didn't work, I would pay for YouTube Premium.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I'm with you there. But for now, I think...
Can you get that on your phone?
Yeah.
All right.
We'll tell you about it later.
What about that offline?
Alternative offline. That's where we talk about things like this.
But I was reading that I think it's going to stop working or something, or they can't update the app anymore. So there's going to be loads of security issues with it. So
yeah,
that could be an issue if you've got like online banking and stuff on your phone.
True. I don't have it on my phone personally, but I don't really watch much on my phone. But I don't really get where you're on Amazon, like Prime. I know it's called Amazon Prime for a reason, but you want to watch something, and just because you don't have Prime, you literally can't watch it. Like you should have some sort of loyalty thing where if you watch more shows, then maybe you can unlock a show or something like that. But for some shows that are really popular, I think it was like this for The Walking Dead. So I didn't have Prime at the time. I wanted to watch Walking Dead, and then it said you had to get Prime. So it's one of my favorite shows. So I'm happy to pay the price for it. But then it just goes to make you think, like, why do they need you to require a certain service just to watch a TV show?
There's so many different services now. It's just getting a bit.
Wait, you used to watch Walking Dead for free on Amazon?
Not on Amazon. I think it was on another. I think it was on Netflix, but then it took off Netflix, and then
Okay.
It was on Netflix, wasn't it? Yeah, I remember it being on Netflix.
I think now it's been taken off Amazon and put onto Disney Plus, so it's always moving around.
Is it not HBO Walking Dead?
I think Disney bought it out. Yeah, bought out whatever.
They'll have one now. They have a streaming service, HBO Plus.
You can't get that in the UK though, can you?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I think Disney Plus is our equivalent of HBO in the US.
No, I think it's different.
Oh, is it different?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but
You might be able to access HBO stuff through Amazon maybe.
Potentially, yeah.
Because sometimes they have you got Amazon Prime, but then they've got other subscriptions you can have through Amazon.
Ah, okay. That makes
Like
sense.
Stars, do you know Stars?
Stars Power.
Power's on.
Oh, that show annoyed me
So
after the.
you can buy a
ended.
subscription through Amazon for Stars.
right.
Ah.
I think it costs I don't know. I think it's like $4.99 a month or something.
So Amazon's like the medium for everything to buy the other like subscriptions.
Yeah, and they've got that. Is it Hey You or something? That
Oh yeah, I bet.
reality TV
So it's
subscription.
like bolt-ons, right? You get Amazon Prime.
Yeah, like bolt-ons to Amazon Prime.
That's
Okay.
probably a good idea.
Maybe that's why so many people go into Amazon Prime. Netflix are losing a lot. I think Disney. I'm not too sure about Disney, but I imagine they're regaining their subscriber base quite well because they've got a lot of variety on there, especially because all the Marvel shows have gone onto there now.
Yeah, sometimes people say they don't like monopolies, but then when it comes to something like this, you've kind of fucked having to pay for everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it was all in one place, it'd be so expensive anyway. You probably wouldn't even buy it.
Literally.
I still like Netflix though. I think it's got a good range of
Yeah,
content on there.
the Netflix originals are good, and obviously, Better Call Saul just came out,
Yeah.
season 6. Have you watched it?
I have not.
Have you not watched any Better Call Saul, Joe?
I think I watched season 1 just after I finished Breaking Bad, but I didn't
Yeah.
watch it further. It's so good though. I don't know why I stopped.
Yeah, watch. It's a bit of a slow burner, Better Call Saul. It takes a bit of time to marinate.
Because it's so different to Breaking Bad in a way.
Yeah. It's so different, but it's similar in certain aspects as well. But it's like Breaking Bad sort of gets straight into the nitty gritty. Better Call Saul takes a bit of time to. It just shows the development of Saul Goodman.
Yeah, whereas Breaking Bad was the development of Heisenberg
Yeah.
into Heisenberg. But instead of, I was going to watch, because it took so long for season 6 to come out, I was going to watch it again from the beginning. But I decided against that, and I went on YouTube and watched it was like a 38-minute recap video.
Oh, okay.
Such a good idea doing that rather than watching.
Yeah, I might do that actually.
Yeah, because it always just flooding back to you anyway.
I watched the first episode and you're watching it and you're trying to remember what happened in the last episode, but they do it in a way where you can piece it together, but sometimes I just would rather know like 100% what's going on so I can enjoy it fully without trying to piece stuff together.
Yeah, I'll send you the recap.
Yeah, send it over. Did you watch the first episode?
Yeah, I think I watched like half of the first episode. I've not watched it.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm going to sit and where I can properly like watch it, but they're coming out every week, so I might wait for it all to come out first. I didn't realise they're coming out every week.
I don't mind watching stuff weekly. I didn't used to like it, but I actually like it now because I don't really sit down and watch Netflix.
Binge watch.
Yeah, I don't binge watch
yeah.
much anymore. So when I do actually sit down and watch it, it's something that I'll think, oh, I've got this to watch this week, and I'll watch it.
Yeah. When you've got TV time.
Yeah. And then sometimes I get a bit pissed off, like if I do end up binge watching something, I'm like, fucking, I've watched it all now.
Yeah.
I don't want to start a new series because
Too much
can't be asked. Investing like too much time into it. So I'm just like a bit lost. I've not watched Ozark yet. Have you seen it all, John?
I've not watched a new season. The last season I watched was with Tommy from Power, Joseph Sikora.
Oh, you're not seen a new? I was just what about the new season?
I'm not watching a new season. I've kind of fell out with TV series, to be honest. Like, I don't know, just recently I've not been watching much TV. I guess it's because obviously there's other things to do and we're busy, but maybe maybe the price changes might have something to do with it too, like subconsciously. Like you don't realize, but
Mm.
I've not been watching TV at all recently.
I've been watching movies recently. I don't find them as committing as TV shows.
Yeah, I like a
Yeah.
movie. I'd rather watch a movie than
Mm.
invest my too much time into a TV show.
I feel as well like with a lot of TV shows recently, they've started longing them out where they can be condensed into less episodes to try and just push more episodes out.
Yeah,
Like milking them, yeah.
Mm.
like they put like filler episodes in, don't they?
Yeah. Well, and you watch them thinking, what was the point of me even watching that whole episode?
Yeah.
A waste of time, but
Even that Jimmy Savile documentary, I feel like that could have been
that was weird.
shortened down. I don't know,
It could
like
have
you
been.
said it was weird, but like I watched it and I thought like this is what he did though. Like,
Yeah, I didn't know that he did the hospital things though.
all right. Do you know what bit I found like really weird? Have you seen it, John?
Mhm.
Yeah. Do you know what bit I found really weird when he's interviewing that kid who drew that picture of him?
Yeah.
And he's like, "Why did you draw a picture of that? What have I ever done to you to draw a picture of like that?"
Yes,
and then he's
messed
like,
up.
"Everything."
Everything, yeah. Have
So
you
messed
seen
up,
something
innit?
like that.
came out recently about the what's his name, the Yorkshire Ripper? And
I've heard of it. I've not watched it yet.
one of the it just came out in the news that one of the murders that the Yorkshire Ripper did was in viewing distance from Jimmy Savile's house or his apartment.
All
So
right.
where the body
Which
was actually found, you can see his apartment window from the spot where the body was.
All right.
So they're saying this is obviously hearsay, that he must have had because that Yorkshire Ripper was killing prostitutes. Jimmy Savile must have been involved in that, and then something happened. So he called the Yorkshire Ripper to murder her, but he didn't take her too far away from the house. But none of that came up in the. Apparently, he got investigated by the police and he got questioned by the police for it.
Jimmy Savile.
Right.
Yeah, but none of that came up in the documentary.
He had the police in his back pocket though, didn't he?
Yeah, and the rails.
Yeah,
Everyone, and also like he didn't actually have like one home. He's always on the move. That's something like I didn't even know. Like he didn't have one fixed point. He just kept on moving.
Mm,
Do you know that mental asylum he worked at?
yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
Brown
he
Edge.
volunteered at. What's that?
They called Brown Edge or something like that. I forgot what it's
I can't
called.
remember what it's called. But me and your
The
sister went to
Leeds
go.
one.
We went there, Jotting.
Broadmoor, that's it.
Yeah, Broadmoor. Have you been there?
Yeah, I think I've been.
Oh,
I
go.
think
I swear.
Yeah,
we
we've
went
all
that
been at
Friday.
different points. You worked there? No.
Yeah, did you not watch the documentary?
I didn't remember Broadmoor. I thought it
Yeah,
was.
you went to Broadmoor.
Oh right, shit. Probably didn't link the two then.
The
That's
mental
madness.
asylum.
That's madness. Yeah, I've been there. It gives you weird vibes though.
Yeah, it's proper
When you're
weird place, isn't it?
Really quiet.
Mm.
Arkham Asylum.
One of them places where like you wouldn't be surprised if you seen someone just running down the road.
Yeah.
You got out.
Jeez. Madness.
All right, Jack, do you want to whip the next one?
Yeah, next article.
It's been quite an entertainment episode.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah,
Spice
here
up.
it
Gonna
is.
Spice it up.
So the plot thickens. As we speculated from the beginning. And last week he put the bid in to buy Twitter for $44 billion. He's actually done it and bought it.
Whoop, whoop.
Still banging on about free speech.
Oh my god,
But
this.
what I've been looking at is what's that guy called? Diver CEO, Steve.
Not Steve.
It's not Steve.
Which CEO, sorry?
The
Diver CEO. What's his name?
Who CEO?
Diary of a CEO.
Oh, Diary of a CEO. Sorry,
Stephen
I thought you
Butler.
meant the
Yeah,
ex-
Stephen Butler, that's it.
Yeah.
He put a post on LinkedIn about it, about free speech, and then he asked people what the thoughts were. I just had a quick read through the comments, and it's not. Sorry, is what your thoughts on Elon Musk buying Twitter, not on free speech? And there was so like many conflicting views on it.
Wow.
Which I thought like everything we've already discussed about society like being divided. Like this is another thing that seems to be
Another divide.
and you're either on Elon's side or you're not, which I think's really strange for it to gain like this much traction and actually become part of like the culture war, as they say. So yeah, and then there's just people arguing, saying some censorship's good because basically there's this one lady on there who was saying that she thinks censorship's good because
Karen.
the majority of people aren't educated enough to sort of think not think. I'm trying to word it how she worded it. She worded it like this.
Like a Karen would word it.
She was saying it like people aren't educated enough to have all these opinions like voiced at them for them to make their own decision. So people sort of
Cling on to other people's opinions.
Yeah, people follow other people.
Yeah.
So she's saying basically censorship's good because it stops people from clinging on to bad ideologies. But then the argument was that who dictates what gets censored and what doesn't.
Yeah.
So like if you want everything to be censored, who's the person that decides what ideology should be portrayed and what shouldn't be portrayed?
Yeah, and it's just not. It's a bad spiral. So, say at the moment you've got your line. Say if you do censor stuff, which they were doing, you've got a line of stuff that you censor as opposed to stuff that's okay. But then once everyone realizes that you can't say this stuff because you'll get censored, people will just forget about that stuff and never ever talk about it. So then the line will slowly start moving up because you're always going to try and get away with what you can say, but the line will slowly just move up and up and up until everyone's saying the exact same thing, and then it's just full control then of. And then it's,
I don't really think censorship's a problem. Yeah, it's like a line really, and this like say between these two fingers is all the censored information, and when you all the uncensored information, and then when you censor information, it kind of like blocks one side from going to the other. So like they're gonna stay on their side, and then the other side's gonna stay on their side. But with uncensored information, that line's it's not got any boundaries, so they can go along the spectrum however they want. So I don't think censorship's a problem. I feel like the unavailability of uncensored information is the problem.
I think it's going to be difficult. You can't just let everyone speak freely on Twitter though, because I don't know. Because like, what if it's an extremist trying to push his extremist on? But then it becomes illegal then. So
yeah, this is what one guy said basically, that what should be censored is stuff that's illegal. The law is where the line is, and that's where it should be kept. Not like, for example, during COVID, you had your people against the vaccine, you had people for the vaccine, and people. But then you had scientists that were arguing. Some were arguing for the vaccine, some were saying that there's this and that. But science is. She was saying that we should listen to the scientists because they're the experts. But who chooses the scientists that we listen to? Because science it's not gospel, it's not written down, and that's fact. Science is always disproven.
Yeah.
So the whole point of science is someone has a hypothesis and then someone else comes along with a hypothesis to try and prove that person wrong. And if that person gets proved wrong, then that becomes the new theory. So
a healthy debate.
Yeah. So if science is saying one thing and you can't argue against that, is that science then? I don't think that's not science anymore. that's just one person's theorized something and said this is the truth, but it's not the truth because it could be proven wrong. Like years ago, we used to think the world was flat. I know some people still do, but you used to think the world was flat. Imagine if that was like written down as gospel and no one could argue against it.
You weren't allowed to say no, it's round, or you weren't allowed to say let me actually have a look into this and figure out if it is round.
Yeah,
Get, like,
We're
arrested or
allowed
something.
to explore different avenues. No one's going to learn. No one's going to develop. There's censorship.
yeah. There's no development there. Like if we still thought that Earth was flat, would we have satellites going around Earth? Would we have Starlink ready to go? Like all these technologies wouldn't be there because we'd think the Earth's flat and nothing can orbit the Earth because it's flat.
Yeah, would also think it now. That's the way it's going to be headed. But I think I read somewhere that he's instead the only way he thinks he can control it. He doesn't want to permanently ban anyone ever. No one should ever get a permanent ban, but you should be able to go to like a timeout zone.
Yeah,
Getting a bit crazy. But then it just it depends where he wants to draw the line at crazy.
Yeah.
Or he's not doing this for free speech at all. He's just using that as a front because he's just bought the biggest fucking platform in the world. There's he's not bought the platform anyway. He's bought the users and
data,
access to that data, which no one's really talking about. I noticed. I tried doing some research on that. No one's really talking about the amount of data that he's got, because it's encrypted to a certain level, but it's not. He still owns that data. He can still change the rules behind that data. And he's just bought $44 billion worth of data.
He obviously sees some value in it.
They wouldn't do it.
Because it's over market value. I don't know how much, what the market value for Twitter was before, like, he bought it, but
It
he paid
changed
over the odds.
when he bought shares into it, and then he even overpaid, when he bought compared to when he put his shares into it.
Yeah, so I don't know how much more.
That's 35% over or something like that.
35%. So he obviously sees 35% more value in it than what it was worth, like on the actual market stock exchange. So he's a businessman. He's the richest man in the world. He sees something behind it that perhaps everyone else is missing, and he's using free speech as a front. Yeah, like. I do like the things Elon Musk says, but at the end of the day, like, he's still the richest man in the world, and he's still got ulterior motives. So how much you want to trust him, I don't know, but that's up to the individual to decide.
It's scary, I think, that he's got this platform now. He's basically got everything now.
Yes, he has. But just a quick interruption. All seriousness aside, though, did you see the actual share price that it got sold for? So, what do you see in this number that like reminds you of something related to Elon?
420.
420. So he just bought like the company on his own, but he still like. Do you reckon he wanted that price? Because I read comments on like across Reddit on the news and stuff saying that he wanted 420 to be in that share price. The big meme. But I found it hilarious.
To be fair, when did he put the offer in? Was it on 420?
Imagine.
I think it was. It was last week. I'm not sure if it was last.
Things, man. Like his Tesla cars, they spell out sexy, don't they?
April 14th it was.
Model S, Model 3, Model Y.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. This guy's a joke, man.
When did he put the offer in, Jattin?
April 14th, it says.
I'm sure it was last week he put the formal offer in. I think that's when he...
Maybe that's when he started bidding for it.
I also, one of the first things I read, when was it this morning? Was it this morning? It was yesterday, wasn't it? Yesterday evening, where it came out on news. that 44 billion's a lot of money to shut down Elon Jet. I wonder what he's going to do with that Elon Jet.
Is it still going? I was thinking about this the other day. Jack and Google Elon Jet.
Search
Elon
it
Jet.
on Twitter. See if
Find his Twitter.
Oh yeah, by the way, it was 25th of April.
Oh yeah, that was when he bought it.
Yeah, that's when they
came out
board
yesterday.
accepted.
That's when it got accepted by the man.
But when can you not find out when he put the offer in?
I think
It doesn't matter
when
anyway.
Jack Dorsey accepted him to take it.
Was it Jack Dorsey that accepted him?
I think so. He said I've seen something today where he's saying it's in better hands now.
It's on his Twitter page.
Oh, so he's for it.
He's for it, yeah. I don't think he's going to come out and say he's
He's not. He's not post. Wait, scroll down a bit, John.
That's pinned. Yeah, he's still doing it.
Yeah, he's still going.
That's it. Oh my god! What? So it's automated jet?
Have you not heard of this jet? Elon Jet.
No, no.
It just tracks everywhere Elon Musk's jet goes.
And it's automated bot.
Yeah, someone's wrote a program just to track where his jet goes, and then puts it on
Elon
Twitter.
wanted to shut it. I think Elon offered him money to shut it down. Tried to bribe him to close it down, and the guy said no.
Oh right.
The guy asked for more money.
And
Oh, he said, "A Tesla, or give me a job." So,
yeah, I think in that transaction, I don't know if this is 100% true or not, but it equated to $11 billion in tax from that transaction. Got paid in tax.
I did it.
Yeah, but then there was that other thing that he had where he said he was going to stop world hunger if they could write down how he could do it for was it $6 billion? So he just
I can't remember what price he said, but they said
it's less than 11 bill anyway.
yeah. And then, but he replied saying, "If you can give me a breakdown of exactly how you're going to end world hunger with the money,
Yeah.
I'll donate it."
But they did. They wrote him.
Oh, did they?
Breakdown, and then he said he doesn't want to give him the money. Apparently, that's what happened.
All right.
Yeah, apparently. Just Google that, Jack. If they, I'm sure they wrote him the breakdown, and then he didn't
What's
do
this breakdown?
the breakdown of Elon stopping world hunger.
About the UN?
Yeah,
Yeah. How is money could start? And would that 11 billion that you mentioned, is that just corporation tax, or is that something else?
that's just the tax. The tax from the transaction.
It won't be corporation tax.
Oh, okay.
It'll be
2%
somewhere.
of Musk wealth. Could
So this is
support-
from October 21. I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
that's
this is the thread though. Where yeah, click that 3 hour one. That 3 hours ago one.
by unrelated to any philanthropic efforts. Okay.
April 25th, 2022.
Oh yeah, they gave him the budget, and then he decided not to do it instead. But who's this person who tweeted this?
Cap-
You're a pussy popper. Okay. Friendly reminder that Elon Musk told the UN that if they gave him a budgeted breakdown of how 6 bill could end world hunger, he would do it. They gave him the budget and then he decided not to do it and instead decided he would buy Twitter for 45 billion. Okay.
Don't know if I trust that one.
Yeah. The name's a bit
Pussy Papa.
sussy backer.
I don't know. I think that will come out soon, though. That information, whatever's happened there. But it's up to him. It's his fucking money. Nothing to do with anyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, Jordan, should we do one more?
Yeah. Oh, this is a good one.
Make this the
We
finale. Yeah.
What are we on for time?
We've been on for what time do we start this off? I think we've been on for about an hour 15, maybe a bit less, an hour 10, an hour 5, maybe.
I kind of want to do this one. Well, we'll do this one. I feel like this one would be a good one to do, and then we'll see how time goes, and then if we have one more to, we'll end on F1.
All right, this was my metaverse one. Metaverse, you can't walk on this land or build a house, but plots are still selling for thousands of pounds.
Wow.
So yes, people are buying imaginary land in. I think it was called
Metaverse.
Sandbox. Sandbox is the biggest one, right? The biggest platform at the moment. Yeah, I think it was in there. It goes. Sandbox is the biggest one. The second biggest one is. It says it in the article somewhere.
Yeah, it says
Yeah,
the Sandbox, the largest platform for digital property.
Or Decentraland is the second one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the people are buying this digital property, but for a lot of money, and they're putting it in as like 10-year investments. I think this guy, this Johnny, he spent something like $5,000 or $6,000 altogether in this virtual.
That's crazy. That's
virtual
crazy.
Personally, I think it's risky, but it's got to start somewhere. Someone needs to start making the investments for it to actually work or not work.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah, it's definitely early.
Sorry, John, scroll up a bit.
Yep.
Then way down. In September, Snoop Dogg announced on digital Snoop version.
Yeah, I saw that in Sandbox.
Next to his plot sold for over 350k. Jesus.
So it's gonna. It seems to be make sense.
This is a good thing here. There's no third-party or legal presence, so they don't actually sign anything. It's just like a blockchain transaction. No, but wait, what?
I suppose
There's
that
no
Sandbox
third-party.
could just disappear tomorrow.
It's not regulated.
It's not
Sandbox could
regulated
just
yet.
disappear off the face of the earth tomorrow, or Decentraland, and
Yeah.
that guy's $5,000 down. So
Yeah, they can lose the money.
it could be the biggest scam in history, but I don't know. Yeah, just winking. I just put it in to see. I thought it was quite interesting. We know it's going on, but something to hear your guys' opinions on it.
Yeah, but I was listening to something about NFTs the other day, and they were saying like, so I forgot what there's a certain phrase they use. I can't remember what it is though.
What,
It's
for
like-
the land?
No, so like you buy NFT, like, do you know them monkey artwork things?
Yeah.
So like, basically, like you're a fool for buying it, but then you need to find the next fool who will pay more for it. And that's what they're saying it is at the moment. It's just like,
Pyramid scheme.
yeah,
Well,
it's just
a bit different actually. It's just
Bartering? No, it's not bartering, is it? Intellectual property. Oh, I don't know, actually.
no, it's not like a technical phrase. It's just a phrase they use. It's like something fool, something fool. I can't remember what it is.
Okay. Gotcha.
But yeah, basically saying like you're a fool that bought it, and now you need to find the next fool who's going to buy it off you
yeah.
for a higher price. And when it gets to that stage, like there's nothing really backing it. So essentially, it's worthless. It's like a Pokemon card selling for $100,000.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like realistically, that Pokemon card's not bringing you any value to your life. It's not bringing society any value, but it's selling for £100,000. So the person who bought it for say 50 grand was a fool for buying it 50 grand, and then they sold it to another fool for 100 grand.
Mm.
And then I don't know if there's any more fools out there who will buy it for even more, but it's got no like actual. It's not going to bring you anything in life. You just own a piece of paper, a card.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what owning an NFT is.
Mm.
So it's just I think it's a bit of a bubble at the moment where there's not really much going on in the metaverse for it to be requiring these extortionate prices. It's people just hoping
You can go
in the
into
future it's going to go in that direction. It's going to shoot up in value.
Yeah.
But if you look at like the dot-com bubble in early 2000s, how many of those companies didn't make it?
Mm.
And people were investing stupid amounts of money back then, and only a fair few companies have made it, like Google, Amazon, like they're the two like big companies. If you invested in Microsoft, if you invested in them during .com bubble, you'd be laughing now. But there was also hundreds of other companies out there that people were putting money in
Yeah,
that didn't take off.
that went down. Yeah, it's true. I mean, you can go in, you can buy somewhere in Sandbox now and start earning money. You can build a casino in there now and get people to come in and play at your casino. I don't know how easy it is or how it works, but it's
I guess there's no regulation on that either, is there?
I don't know, actually. That's quite interesting.
I don't think there's much regulation with like the metaverse and all that concept at the moment.
But then you must still have to register as it's because it's online.
Yeah, because it's online gambling, isn't it?
Being online.
But if it's online gambling with cryptocurrency, is that regulated as in online gambling with like state currencies?
That's interesting. Yeah, because the metaverse is basically just the next stage of the internet. So where we look at like static pages at the moment, or you go on a casino site, it's a static 2D page. That's just be enhancing that experience.
Yeah, enhancing the
But I don't know.
experience of the internet.
Yeah, if you can use cryptocurrency on a 2D page, it'll just be the same regulations. And
I don't know what the regulations are around gambling with cryptocurrency.
no, me either. Not at all.
I imagine that, like, I would think that it's not regulated, like cryptocurrency is not regulated. Because essentially it's like you're just buying tokens, aren't you?
Gambling here. Oh God. Gambling and lottery laws, which typically regulate certain activities concerning games of chance with prize awards, may also be implicated in metaverse projects that feature chance-based opportunities to win prizes.
I don't know if that's gambling with crypto or just
Gambling in general.
like buying a FIFA Ultimate Pack.
But yeah, like I think that's another controversial point of the metaverse and NFTs is how is it going to be regulated and how are people going to be assured that their money's going to stay safe?
Yeah, I'm going to do some more homework on the metaverse because the more I read about it, the more it's evolving and the more interesting it's getting. I think it will. I can see it lifting off. Obviously, as the technology gets better, and
Yeah, definitely, it's being backed by the biggest companies, so like they're not going to get it wrong.
Facebook or Meta now, what's their place called? Horizons, something like that. Just Google if they've got a website for Horizons or Horizon World or something like that.
Apparently, some of the staff at Meta have been getting annoyed at Zuckerberg because he's just obsessed with
Metaverse.
Metaverse, yeah.
There's one on Oculus.
It's called Horizon World, I think.
Yeah, Horizon World's here. It's on Oculus. On Meta Quest here.
Yeah, the Oculus is their hardware, but this is their platform. You call it a platform, right?
Have you been in the Metaverse?
No, I haven't yet either. I've not got a VR headset.
You can go on with just your PC.
Oh, really?
You can just join these worlds, yeah.
All right. Be a bit like a
Go to a concert with you, Jack.
Travis Scott. Let's do it.
He's been boycotted.
At least you won't get crushed in the Metaverse.
Okay, that was a bit. Maybe not Travis Scott.
Yeah, we don't go to a Travis Scott one.
But yeah, we'll go to another one. But no, like it's a concept that I think it's up and coming. I don't think it's going to fail because it's being backed by the biggest companies. Last week we were talking about Sony and Lego's sister company buying, investing into Epic Games that have a big metaverse presence already. So
Man City are building the first ever football stadium in the metaverse.
All right.
With the help from, I think they've gone into partnership with Sony. That could have been an article in itself, but
yeah, you should have brought that up.
For next time.
Snoop Dogg's back in the Metaverse as well, so there's always a winner when he's involved, mate.
Deep verse.
There's a few big. He's doing the NFTs of Death Row Records, isn't he?
Death Row, yeah. You'll start seeing some Death Row concerts in the metaverse.
Mm.
Biggie Smalls being brought back. Tupac being brought
Is it
back.
you and Death Row, man?
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like Tupac.
No.
Like
Tupac, yeah.
There was this concept I was seeing about the metaverse now, and you go in and your avatar's like a blob with like eyebrows, eyes on it. It just doesn't look like a person. And then it was just like evolving down to in the future, in 5 years, 10 years, probably 5 years, it'll be more like ourselves with the way the graphics, because it's all built on video game mechanics, right?
Yeah.
So as the graphics get better, then the experience will get better and more immersive. And then it like sidelined in with everything that's going on with Elon and his Neuralink and all that stuff.
Mm.
And it was saying
This is like what we were talking about last week, wasn't it?
yeah, there'll become like a point where they both meet, and then let's say, it just reminded me when Jattin said about Tupac and Biggie. Let's say, for example,
Oh,
you
man.
wanted to live the experience of Tupac when he got shot and died. You could just tune in into the metaverse and live that experience, and then you can start living other people's experiences and their memories, and then it comes into a Black Mirror episode. Then
Bandersnatch. Do you remember that?
Alright, bit off topic, but we're talking about Tupac. Did you know Jada Smith and Tupac had a thing?
They were like high school romance, weren't they?
Yeah, and apparently she always loved him, even when she was with Will Smith.
Yeah. Well, he died, and then she got with Will Smith, right? Is that? Oh no, they were still alive. He was.
No, they're still alive. Yeah, they're still alive.
Yeah.
Ooh. Interesting.
And apparently, she had a thing still with him when she was with Will Smith, and then he died. And yeah, she's always taken it out on. Well, that might be what's going on. She's never really loved Will Smith, and she's just taken it out on him.
So she went with a Tupac haircut.
That induced a slap. It's all knock-on effects.
It's kind of crazy that, but it's crazy because he's like iconically famous for being dead.
Or not dead.
Oh, no. It's weird that celebrities can get that. They'll be famous for being dead. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, like would he be as famous as he is now if he wasn't dead?
Because he came up with like, let's say Dre and Snoop. Imagine if, because they're famous, but they're not Tupac and Biggie famous.
Yeah, but would Tupac have continued? I think Biggie would have continued, and Biggie would go down as a great. But would Tupac have, like, Biggie's music compared to Tupac's music? Biggie is a better music artist than Tupac.
Yeah.
So Biggie would have continued producing great music, but what would Tupac would he just fallen off the wagon? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he would have went into politics. To be honest.
Yeah, that's true. He was very political, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he would have gone down the movement. Oh, he was a good actor though. He was just dabbling in acting before he.
Yeah. Could have seen him. Might have been in the Friday movies.
Yeah.
He was a good public speaker too, wasn't he? So he could have gone into acting or politics.
And you get Snoop Dogg. He does quite a lot of acting, but he does questionable movies.
Mac and Devin Goes to High School.
What's that Soul playing?
Oh yeah.
To be fair, he was in Training Day and he played like a decent role in Training Day.
What does he sell? Smells like bacon.
He's in a wheelchair, eh?
Yeah.
He plays a decent role in that.
And he streams. He does everything, man.
Oh yeah.
He streams and he rages at games. I think he was playing Ark at one point and he got attacked by a dinosaur and he like fucking smashed his setup.
To be fair, Snoop's like that guy who could just do anything he wants now.
Yeah.
Make money from it.
Yeah. He's just what
chill.
call him? He's just an iconic.
Iconic, and he's just an icon.
Yeah.
Versatile. Yeah.
They
Iconic.
stick his name onto it and then it's like, oh, let's do it.
Yeah.
Like Eminem opened that Mum's Spaghetti, but imagine if anyone else opened a spaghetti shop.
Yeah.
Pretty basic as anything. I think there's like 6 items on his menu. And it's like just rammed all the time.
Just because it's got Eminem's name by it.
Yeah.
Brand loyalty.
I mean, that's what he built over the years, though, and
Yeah. Yeah, it takes a while to get to that stage.
because they've been doing it for years, since like even before I was born.
Yeah, and they all started from nothing, and I feel like that's why their brand is so good now, because they stay true to their roots and they just made good music, good content all the time. But I feel like now, like most people brought up from like rich background and stuff, and they don't give the same vibe as all historical like people.
Mm. All right, lads, shall we call it for this week?
Yeah, that was a good session though.
Did you not want to do your F1 one, Jotting?
Could do, yeah.
Oh,
Turned it on a quick one.
Finale.
Oh yeah, this will be quite a short one. It's not technical this time. So yeah, I'm not too sure if you watched the Grand Prix. Good race. But after the race, the cooldown room's back because we're going back into. We're living with COVID now, so they're bringing stuff like this back. Which COVID was a reason why this got taken out. So basically, after the race, the cooldown room is basically a room where the podium three go. They can rest, they have drinks there, they can chat, they have a big TV, so they can watch highlights of the race, and it just provided with a bit of nostalgia with previous movements in the cooldown room. So just wanted to see what you guys thought about the race or the cooldown room in general.
Well, I thought the cooldown room was pretty good because you could hear like them having a chat about what's his name, Leclerc's mistake.
That was sad, man.
But you could hear him talking about it and like saying like, "Oh, he should have just stayed out, like, and not been pitted." But it's good to hear that the racers talk about something that happened in the race from like a more relaxed approach rather than for an interview.
I agree.
More casual, and it's more real. It felt more real. But
yeah, it felt more real. Yeah,
I've never seen the cooldown room before because I've only just started watching it. But I've only been watching, what's it called, the pen or whatever, when they have the interviews in the pen.
In the paddock.
No, the paddock.
Sorry, yeah, pen.
Okay, yeah, I get you.
Penitentiary.
The pen.
But it felt more natural than that. Although I found the race to be one of the boring races that I've watched.
Oh, really?
Okay. I thought it was a pretty crap race. When did DRS come in? It came in like halfway through, if that. Maybe it should have come in a bit earlier. It's a bit.
That's a controversial thing, though. But the thing is, do you remember Spa last year, Aaron, where it was like, I know it wasn't that wet.
I didn't watch much of the Grand Prix last year.
Okay, well, Lando Norris basically was on a flying lap. He was doing really well. I'm not too sure if DRS was enabled, but it was so wet on the track that he just crashed. And I can imagine with DRS, it reduces your downforce because obviously the wing opens and more air flows through.
Yeah.
So I can imagine the stewards didn't want something to happen with the racing.
Yeah, of course, safety of the drivers first, but from an entertainment perspective, it made it a little bit less thrilling.
Yeah, I get that absolutely. But yeah, it was good. It was good. Enjoyed it. It's gonna be a long season. Gonna go down to the wire.
Max was must have had a nice Sunday drive.
Back to his normal ways.
Hamilton's getting devastated, isn't he, at Mercedes? Do you think he'll move on?
I want to see him in a Ferrari.
That would be crazy. That.
I want to see him beat Schumacher's record in a Ferrari.
That would be like disrespectful.
I'd love to see that.
Put him in Red Bull.
I feel like. What's that? Sorry, Cam. Say that again.
Put him in a Red Bull car with Verstappen.
They'll crash all the time.
They'd literally crash into each other just for the sake of it, rather than trying to win races. Jeez.
When Max and Ricciardo used to drive together, they used to crash all the time.
Yeah, like Baku, iconic.
Ricciardo didn't do too bad in that race, did he?
No, he was doing all right, but then I guess they just went into each other because the person in front of, I think it was Max that right, and then Ricciardo couldn't move in time, and then they crashed into each other and took each other out.
Oh, I like
he's on about the last race, John.
Oh, right, Ricciardo last race.
Oh yeah, not the one where he plays for.
Yeah, he did well. Like I think McLaren are making a comeback, so I don't think McLaren porpoised that much. So I feel like the teams that solved the porpoising, like they're going to be all right.
Mercedes have to sort their shit out.
Russell's not doing too bad though. People are saying it's a bad car, but Russell was doing quite well. So
yeah, I don't know what happened to Hamilton.
Maybe he just
Russell
lost.
just maybe, but then Russell's really good in the shit car because he made the most of that Williams.
Yeah, he's used to driving shit cars.
Yeah.
That's a better racer, though, right? Oh, Ben Hamilton just become reliant on good cars, I guess.
Yeah, you might get used to it after so much successful years. But I feel like all the youth of the new F1 generation, they are very good drivers.
Do you think Hamilton's done?
Hard to say. It's still early in the season, but I feel like he's not going to do a Vettel. I think he'll just quit if he feels out of it. He's just going to retire. I don't think he's going to do a Vettel.
Yeah. I'd like to see him beat Schumacher's record, but if his heart's not in it, his heart's not in it.
Yeah, it's going to be hard from now on too because obviously there's a new regulation now, so each team has to get it perfect every season. But then the drivers have to get used to it too because obviously it's been hard for the teams, but it's been hard for the drivers like adjusting to a new car.
Yeah. Everyone's in the same boat. Like, they've all got new cars.
Yeah, exactly. So like Cam said before, like it might just go to show about the drivers rather than the car, to be honest.
Who's your favourite racer, Joe?
Lando Norris.
Who's yours?
Yeah, go on.
Who is it? Lando Norris?
I think he's only joking.
Oh.
Who is it actually, Joe? Did you not have one?
I'd say Charles or Max at the moment.
Max, mate.
Oh.
Well, you can. You're the new F1 fan, so I feel like
Probably Max. I feel like I wouldn't probably have clung on to watching it if it wasn't for Max, so I've got to give him that much. He's made it entertaining.
he has. I feel like he's racing a lot cleaner this year with all the new regulations made to
He's way
kind of
more
prevent him.
controlled than what he used to be. I used to like the younger Max, though.
A
Used
lot
to be
more
well
aggressive.
Yeah. I was watching highlights. He used to just fly over corners.
Yeah. I always liked him when he was younger. I don't know, just like the aggressive side of him. But I think as he's got older, yeah, he's got more controlled and knows when to be aggressive when not.
How old is he, Max, now?
24 or 23. He's still like really young.
He's still young,
world champion.
but like.
They say 20. Is it 25 years old when you stop making as many risks in a car?
Yeah, I think that's when
Hamilton
the
started to,
brain
like,
fully gets developed.
For risk? Or it's just fully
In
developed?
general, I think it's fully developed at 25. So you're less likely to take stupid risks because you're a bit more aware of what the consequences and things will be.
All right.
Makes sense. But it's going to be a long season, so I'm excited for a lot more F1 articles and stuff in our podcast.
Yeah, it's a good F1 round at the end. It's good.
The next one's Miami, innit?
Next one's Miami.
That should be good.
Next weekend. New track. Let's go.
Is it next weekend or weekend after?
Next weekend, I'm pretty sure.
All right, that's a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
For them to get to Italy to America.
Might be the week after. I'm pretty sure it was 6th of May weekend.
That's not this weekend.
6th of May is next weekend. Yeah.
8th of May, so yeah, he'll be next weekend.
Next weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
They were in Australia last weekend, weren't they?
Italy.
Imola. They were in Australia the
Weekend before.
weekend before that, yeah.
And then they're going to in Miami.
Yeah, Miami.
It's a trek.
Going
Miami,
quick already.
baby. I want to go to Miami.
I do as well.
Vice City.
I was looking at maybe doing a trip to New York, Miami, and Orlando.
That was sick, that.
New York for like 2-3 nights. Miami for 5 nights, then 7 nights in Orlando.
Yeah. I don't think it was going to stay that long in New York.
No, you just want to like.
See it.
I've been, but Emma's not been, so
Oh yeah.
show her New York.
I've never been to America. I want to go sometime, though.
I've been to
I
the
want to go
West
to Vegas. Have you?
I've been to the West Coast, yeah. Aaron's been to the East Coast. So we've got a bit of a gang rivalry there.
Cherry gang signs.
All right, should we wrap it up?
Let's wrap this bad boy up. We'll speak next week.
Thank you for listening. See you next week.
All right. See you next week, guys.